Do you hear that music in the background? I believe that might be the ice cream truck person, which is really intriguing. Here it comes down the lane. Nothing but an ice cream truck. I'm pretty sure that is an ice cream truck. I'm pretty darn sure. And I wanted to capture it as soon as I was starting my video here about tobacco. So, as that fades, it's kind of a nice background music. Anyway, I wanted to throw together some methods and a theory that I once heard about lighting with matches, say for instance popular American diamond matches. 32 count, and I bought these for $1 in a pack of about 8 of these, which is really nice. Matches versus a typical Bic lighter, Common Sense Bic lighter, company name printed on there, the company franchise for this particular print stamp. But you know the difference between a Bic and matches, of course, both very common things that a smoker must always have with them, no matter what, if they're wanting to light a cigarette, is access to flame. And I noticed that when it comes to accessing flame, it can be actually really rarely strenuous to come across if you don't have any matches, any lighter, if you don't have an oven even with all heat for carefulness. You probably can't just automatically light a cigarette, especially if it's an electronic oven. But yeah, just we all come across that point in our lives when we're like, wow, I don't even have some kind of access to flame. I'm totally without luck here because that I have a full pack of cigarettes, just bought them, but now I have to go all the way back to the store and get some matches or a Bic lighter, for instance, or some people prefer electronic lighters. Those can be really fun. You just have to know like where to find them. Most gas stations would sell at least one or two different brands of electronic lighters for smaller franchises altogether. But yeah, I'll light with matches here first, and instead of doing Montclair Blue, I think I will go for Pall Mall Red. I told my friend, hey, can you purchase me a pack of cigarettes? He owed me some, and he ran into the store and came out with reds, and he's like, I know you love blues, but I just got you reds because they were, just there and available, and the first thing I saw. So, but yeah, I think I will go with actually a Pall Mall Red in decision making here at the, tip of the iceberg, kind of understanding which one should come first when lighting a match. But, anyway. Full set of heads there. Without a doubt, very delectable. There must be something, even if it's just kind of like a placebo effect, or I think better described, just kind of like a all in your head scenario where it feels like somehow matches do taste better, and you're still absorbing chemicals needing to be lit by the fire, but there's also the instance of how fast said chemicals are dispersed when the match is lit versus continual pumping of chemicals with the lighter. So would you rather light your cigarette with wood, burning wood, possibly pine or something like that, or would you rather light it with something more along the lines of consistent flame butane being pumped into your cigarette and your inhale? Matches can be troublesome, I think, with one big factor, and this plays a lot for me living in a pretty windy area, is that matches can be troublesome with wind. Matches can just be so you have to light three at once if you want a significant flame, and even then you have to do it like kind of cuffed in your shirt or underneath your hand. But it's hard to cuff a light when you're smoking with a cigarette in one hand and matches in the other hand, whereas with a lighter you can just put the cigarette in your mouth, and then you have to cup with another hand. That makes it difficult since you're needing more hands. So basically, so to say. But and there is much more just overall convenience with that air jetted butane being pumped up, though. I mean, that is a very fortunate factor, especially in the wind. Just how you can get that kind of consistent blaze, and if it is a Zippo, it will give you a controlled amount of flame compared to things like um, other lighters that just do a small blue flame that ignites about maybe a centimeter tall maximum. But I'll get to the theory right away. The theory I was talking about was that when you're using butane and jet flaming the tobacco with chemicals, more or less, it stains the tobacco. And this doesn't matter what kind of tobacco you're using. There's no chemical proof, I believe, tobacco produced out there. You guys might know of a chemical um, inflicting production tobacco that doesn't necessarily need something like the use of matches, for instance, because if this theory is right, then it would claim that if you're using a continual flow of chemicals to light your cigarette, then it becomes a necessity to be aware that it can definitely change the flavor of the tobacco altogether, at least for the first puff. But the flame itself, my question is, does it burn in a sense where it is so consistent and it maintains that chemical compound in the flame of the entire burning of the tube, for instance, if that makes any sense. But yeah, definitely, just very fun. There was a YouTuber, and I believe he also has a significant Facebook page, and I can see the smoke because the air pressure is just so perfectly El Nino out right now, more give or take. The smoke is exiting the cracked window right now rapidly, and you can see the actual plume of smoke, just the kind of wisps of smoke exiting there. Let me see if I can film it for you guys. See that there? The smoke leaving right away. Kind of exiting there. It's pretty bright, but you can see it just kind of, the wisps more or less exiting abruptly. But yeah, give or take, I'm going to go ahead and just say, throw a name out there. I believe his name is Jason, is a social scientist on Facebook. He's a really cool live video doer and vlogger, and he does just wacky things. I believe Jason is a social scientist. I might have the first name wrong, but is a social scientist is in the title, and he does wacky live videos consistently every night, just him doing weird, cool electronic stuff, messing with electronics, just showing off his pad, being really cool about stuff. Yeah, check him out. Just throw that out there. He's on Facebook though, not YouTube. I'll show that one more time with the smoke exiting. That's cool. Kind of see it there. Anyway, I'm Snowy Croquet. As always, thank you guys. Au revoir.